Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news. My name's Chris, and today we have more information that has come out during Ray Fisher's interview, where he goes into further details about what his problem was with Joss Whedon during the filming for Justice League. Now, it's been a long time since allegations about inappropriate behavior have come out, but we never actually heard what was going on or any specific details as to what Ray Fisher was upset about. Well, he's gone into much further detail now, and even gone on to say that Joss Whedon threatened Gal Gadot's career if she didn't do certain scenes that she wasn't very comfortable with. We'll cover direct quotes, highlights, and other explanations of what's going on in this storyline in this video. But be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're getting ready to do another round of giveaways, so if you want to get involved, go ahead and start subscribing now, because that will be a requirement in order to win. Also, feel free to check us out on our other social media accounts. We're on Discord, TikTok, and Twitter. All of the links are in the description down below. Now, this has been ongoing for quite some time with Ray Fisher, who has been willing to open up and speak out about the problems going on over at DC and Warner Brothers. And they appear to go all the way back up to the top, to the president of Warner Brothers, who has been trying to cover up all of the issues and things happening over at the studio. Now, over all of this time frame and all this time period, we have a little bit of an idea as to what was happening, but Ray Fisher felt wildly disrespected and felt that his other castmates were disrespected by Joss Whedon, who was power hungry and running the movie the way he wanted to, disregarding anything anybody else had to say. And of course, he's the director, that's his job and his prerogative. However, the way that he went about it is just kind of inappropriate and definitely holding back the cast from being able to realize their characters to the best of their ability. We can talk about Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot, how she was disrespected on set specifically, and how, quote unquote, Joss was bragging that he had it out with Gal. He told her he's the writer and she's going to shut up and say the lines, and he can make her look incredibly stupid in this movie. Now, it seems there was a lot the actors and the cast disagreed with as far as the writing and the direction of the movie, but specifically Gal Gadot had an issue with the breast faceplant scene where the Flash falls on top of her and his face is in between her breasts. She didn't want to do this, and neither did her stunt double, but it appears that Joss Whedon forced them to do it at risk of losing their career or other odd director abilities and powers that he had, such as making them look very silly or stupid in the movie, killing off their character, or anything else like that that was within his power to do. Now, this does get very political, and I don't want to get into the politics of who is right, who is wrong, what's inappropriate, what's lies. Now, obviously, there was some type of misdiscretion going on during the production of this set, and that is never fun to hear, and it definitely was reflected in the movie, and that's why the Justice League of the Justice League was not that good, why it wasn't liked, why it wasn't as well received, and that's probably because of the miscommunication and the lack of actual dedication from the actors because of the way they were being treated on the set. There's no question that Zack Snyder's Justice League was worlds better than the Justice League. And both Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa have openly and publicly come out supporting Ray Fisher for the bad and inappropriate incidents that happened on set. And I want to focus a little bit on what this means for DC and Warner Brothers. And although there is definitely some misconstruity going on with what happened between Gal and Ray and maybe Jason Momoa and others from Joss Whedon and the way they treated him, I'm not a jury, I'm not an executioner, so I'm not here to pass judgment on Joss Whedon for that, although it does sound like it was extremely inappropriate and should not have happened. I want to talk about the focus of what is going on at DC and Warner Brothers that is causing all of the fans to uprise and exclaim hashtag restore the Snyderverse, and is leaving us endlessly disappointed with the cohesion of the DC universe. And it all goes back to the fact that they do not have a point man for DC, that Warner Brothers is mismanaging this company and is mismanaging the characters of DC to the point that there is no cohesion, the characters are unhappy, the actors are unhappy, and it is all kind of falling apart around them. and it is a huge shame because there is so much potential. Now, we've talked about this several times on the channel, but we're talking about waiting for the Flash movie to come and bring everything together through the Flashpoint, the multiverse, opening it all up and allowing the DC Universe to take over instead of the DCEU, which we can consider a pretty failed project. And again, it is a shame because the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse probably won't ever happen regardless of how many fans hashtag it out. Now, I would love to see it continue, and especially after getting the Snyder Cut, where we had so many amazing cliffhangers that showed us how good the DCEU could have been if it was run and managed properly. But hearing all of this about Joss Whedon mistreating characters, mistreating actors and actresses, and using his power to overthrow, overwhelm, and force people to do stuff they didn't want to do, that's kind of terrible to hear, and it's definitely disappointing, and it is reflected in the DC universe. We already know some of the repercussions of Ray Fisher speaking out. He's not moving on in the DC universe. His movie has already been put on hold, and it's probable that it'll get canceled until they can find a new Cyborg to take his place and fit into the DC universe. On top of that, he's already said he doesn't care if he loses his job because it is more important that this information gets out to the public, and he wants to do it in the appropriate manner. So this has been an ongoing issue with the characters of DC, with the actors, and with Joss Whedon, and it will be interesting to see how it plays out. But like with most things at DC, it appears nothing's probably going to happen, and they're going to continue onward as planned with the Flashpoint movie, which will bring the DC universes together. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. The DC universe is slowly falling apart around us, and there are opportunities and times where we've been so close to getting a very, very cool DC experience, but have been just off the mark by just a smidge. So hopefully it all clears up, it all falls into place, and we're able to have the characters played by the actors the way that they feel the interpretation should be, and that we can get a director who is on board with following this kind of understanding. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you to everybody watching to the very end of the video. Be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads right here on Cosmic Culture.